What's up, guys? As you know, 2021 has come and gone. We are almost done with the first month of 2022, but I did want to go in and take a chance to talk to you guys about some of the games that I played in 2021. Now, some of these games didn't exactly come out in 2021. Some of them came out before that. They were just in my backlog, and I finally got an opportunity to play them. But I want to go ahead and talk to you about what I thought was a phenomenal experience and things that I would recommend to you. So let's go ahead and get into it.
TGR.
First and foremost, let's talk about Monster Hunter Rise. Monster Hunter Rise was one of those games that kind of caught me off guard. I was already kind of sort of familiar with Monster Hunter, but not really. I was kind of like at a bar, kind of looking at Monster Hunter from far away, but not really taking any initiative to say anything. I kind of knew who they were. I knew their name, but I didn't really like want to like go and talk to them or anything like that. And then Onyx introduced me to Monster Hunter Rise through their demo, and I played that, and it was awesome. It was a phenomenal experience. I got very, very familiar with the Great Sword, so much so that I went back to Monster Hunter World, played through World with the community as well, by the way, guys. Like the Monster Hunter community in terms of like helping newbies, phenomenal, super awesome. Like they gave me the ins and the outs. They told me what to do in order to optimize my gear and pretty much anything and everything. And then finally, after World, I jumped straight into Iceborne, played Iceborne, had fun with that. And then shortly after that, Onyx and I, we played a couple of games here and there to kind of like cleanse our palates. And then Rise came out, and we played for 12 hours straight on launch date, which was awesome. We're old, we're not young, but it was just freaking awesome. We just had like such a great time. People in the community were coming in and out, and they were joining on the hunts, and we just had fun, man, which I think was the coolest thing about it, was that we just had fun as a community and just like played together. So definitely something that I would like recommend to anyone that's even remotely interested. I only put in like 125 hours, but even with those 125 hours, like it was enough for me to like enjoy it. I can't wait for Sunbreak. Sunbreak is going to be awesome. I think it's going to be really cool. I hope that they add more end game content. That's the one thing that I really want. I want more end game content, definitely, for sure, but still really good game. Resident Evil Village was something that I think everybody in the gaming community was excited for. Resident Evil 7 Biohazard was really cool, but apparently, not for me, but apparently a lot of people were very scared of the game, like in terms of like it being too scary, almost too horror-esque for them. But for me, like, I enjoyed it. I had a good time. But the developers, they took that criticism and they actually developed everything around Resident Evil Village to be a little bit less scary and more actiony. So I wouldn't say Resident Evil 6 by any means, but it was definitely, kind of going that direction a little bit more than Resident Evil 7. Overall, though, phenomenal story. Had a great time. The pacing was freaking solid in that game. It was just so good. You just continuously keep on going over and over and over. I can't wait for the DLC to this game to come out. We all know it's happening. It's going to come. It's a matter of when, because dude, I want to see what else happens, especially with, well, I don't want to spoil anything, but still really good. It's really good. I got to throw in an indie in here. Inscription. I really actually didn't pay too much attention to it. When it was announced, I was like, oh, this is cool. This is awesome. Nothing crazy, whatever. And then we went to go watch the Game Awards, and it was one of the nominated titles for indies. So I instantly was like, yo, like, what is this? I should be paying more attention to this. And I got it. It was one of those games that I'm not big into card games, but I do play DC deck build whenever my friends and family like come over. We like play together, and it's an awesome experience. DC deck builder is actually really good if you're into it. But in the end of the day, like I expected something like that, and yeah, it's kind of there. But there's so many like moments throughout the game that I don't want to spoil for you, that you're gonna be like, oh, all right, I didn't expect this to happen, but it's happening. Just play Inscription. It's good. I've said that to many people, but just play Inscription. It's good. You're gonna have a good time. You guys do know that I have to talk about Metroid Dread, right? Like Metroid Dread for me hits so many notes the right way. Like when it was announced, it was just awesome. Like I had such a little did I expect that to come. Like we knew that it was going to be a Metroid something, and when they said, the rumors were saying that it was going to be a 2D Metroid, I was like, okay, all right, 2D Metroid, but Metroid 5? Like, what? Dude, yes! I was expecting something along the lines of, like, Samus Returns, where it's like a remake of, like, one of the older games. But Metroid 5, you're continuing everything? Like, Anyways, we had a review talking about it. It's super long. It's actually more of like a discussion. It'll be somewhere up there. But overall, it was super cool, awesome experience. I had so much fun playing the game. There were some things that were wrong with the game, some things that I felt, weren't good. And Onyx had his own qualms and issues with the game itself. But overall, awesome experience, ton of fun. Totally recommend it, literally, to anyone and everyone. If you've been following along with our Twitch channel, twitch.tv/thegamingresume, follow us, by the way. We did a bet. We did a bet where I wouldn't finish Persona 5 Royal before the end of the year. And I think this was like mid-September, if I remember correctly. Anyways, I won the bet. I went through the entirety of the game in about two and a half months. I loved it. Absolutely adored it. If there is any inclination that you are interested in JRPGs, play this game. It is one of the few, actually, I think it is the only TGR Platinum that I've ever given, ever, when talking about a game. It's just, it hits so many notes the right way. The music is phenomenal. The story writing is phenomenal. The pacing is phenomenal, though I know Onyx is not a fan of the pacing. I think that the character design is awesome. Overall, like, the entire package, the way that, like, the game loop, the battles and everything, just continuously, you'll be 60 hours into the game and it's still evolving, still unlocking new things as you go. It never gets old. It continuously builds upon itself, and it just is such a refresher every single time. It's damn good. I am so happy that I played Persona 5 Royal, and the people that did say that it will leave a gaping hole in your heart when you're done are absolutely correct. So much so that I was almost like foaming at the mouth to get Persona 5 Strikers, which I ended up getting, and then hey, lo and behold, it's on PlayStation Plus. But I digress. It is a phenomenal game. Highly recommend it. You should play it. The next games that I'm going to be talking about are more honorable mentions. These are games that have been released and I've played. I think they're worth mentioning because they're just really good. Oxenfree, which is a phenomenal indie game. Guilty Gear Strive, which I don't think I've ever put in as many hours into a fighting game as quick as Guilty Gear Strive. Nier Replicant, which I think that if you really enjoyed Nier Automata, which is an experience that you can really only have in a video game, I think you need to play Nier Replicant as well. By the way, Nier Replicant is the prequel to Automata, so if you're interested in Automata but haven't played it, I suggest you play Replicant first. Again, same deal where this is an experience that you can really only have in gaming as a medium, so definitely give it a go. Firewatch made me feel things that I didn't expect to feel while playing Firewatch, so definitely something to look into. Death's Door took the elements of Titan Souls, which if you have a PlayStation Vita, even though I think it's on multiple platforms now, it just took the game mechanics that were there and just built on top of it and just made it even better. Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice was something that I was always kind of sort of interested in. I think that I already had it on Xbox Game Pass for PC, but I bought an Xbox Series S when I was in Europe over the summer, and I started playing it there and just fell in love with it. I thought it was awesome. I thought it was cool. There are some issues in terms of like gameplay and like puzzles and everything, but still, I'm very excited for Hellblade 2. I think that it is going to be awesome. I want to see what happens in Senua's Saga just because it's going to be cool. It's going to be cool. These are two games that I think that you got to forgive me for taking so long to play, but Transistor and Bastion. Transistor above all else, like I love the music in it. I hope that there is a vinyl that will be made or restocked that I will find out about because I love the music. I think it's so good. The action, the gameplay and everything as well is also really good. Control is something that I downloaded. I bought it, but I downloaded it to kind of push my laptop while I was overseas to really see how far I can push that 3070 that's in there, and it delivered. Everything within that game, is cryptic as it is, the gameplay, everything was awesome. I hope that we get to see more of Control in that universe that Remedy created, because I think it is definitely worth giving a go, especially with the announcement of Alan Wake 2 recently. Bugsnax was definitely one of those games that I went into expecting some cute, artsy, fartsy stuff and nothing that was really deep, and boy was I wrong. There's very good writing in this, and I think that that's something that a lot of people don't really take into consideration despite its cute look. The characters, they are very multi-dimensional when it comes to what they do, their motivations behind everything, and the mechanics that are in there for catching some of these Bugsnax are just awesome. It's just the way that you can combine multiple elements is just really cool. there anything on this list that you liked? Is there something that I missed? Let me know in the comments below. That way I can find out if there's something that's worth playing that I haven't played in the past. Until next time, guys, we will see you. Like, comment, subscribe, all that other stuff, and we will see you then. Peace.
Hope you enjoyed the video. If you want to see more and stay up to date, subscribe, hit the little bell, and join our Discord.
If you want to support the channel, please check out our Patreon or hit the join button below. As always, thanks for your support and thanks for watching.